Today we talk a little about island mail with one cover from a rather distant place, not too often heard of, and some others. Here we have a rather plain looking cover, but actually quite interesting and definitely encouraging to investigate. The sender's address and the cancel both caught my attention. The sender's address, Australian National Antarctic Research Expedition of 1947. And here we have ANAREE, Macquarie Island, Australia, and a postmark 7 March of 1948. And by the way, this particular cover came out of a dealer's $1 cover box. Unbelievable, but I was very pleased, needless to say. Australian National Antarctic Research Expedition, ANARE, was established in May of 1947. Stations were established at Macquarie Island in March of 1948. More than 30 separate buildings had been built. Macquarie Island is right here, and it has 128 square kilometers, is 1,550 kilometers from Tasmania, and 3,220 kilometers from the Antarctic. It is a rather narrow and elongated island. And actually, on a better map, you can see it is quite isolated. And here we have that cover from Macquarie Island, postmarked 7 March of 1948. And here's the enlargement and the abbreviated research expedition. Okay, the cover actually of 7 March makes me wonder if it could possibly be a first day cover, since the establishment was done in March. So I'm not sure. I've seen similar to this cover on the internet, but I have not been able to find a postmark earlier than 7 March of 1948. If anyone has one or has come up with one someplace, please let me know. Be very interesting to find out the actual time when the post office actually was opened. And included in the envelope, it was sealed. I opened it because I suspected something was inside. And sure enough, this slip was in there. And I'm not sure what it really is, except perhaps a parts order for something or another. Um, Anyways, any additional to a cover is always nice. Since we are on island mail, I will show a few more. This one on a first flight from San Francisco on November 22 of 1935 to Honolulu arrived there on November 23rd of 1935 via China clipper ship. And then to the handwritten message back again to San Francisco. Well, with no additional markings, it is not clear if this cover actually did go back to San Francisco or not. Still an interesting cover with also one more little bonus. The stamps actually were canceled with a first day cancellation. So again, just that little extra is always nice to have. And here a nice, more modern first jet flight cover from Rarotonga, Cook Islands, to the island of Tahiti. The Cook Islands became independent in 1965 by free association with New Zealand, as is also evident on the cancel. As you can see, New Zealand and here Rarotonga. Also, quite interesting. Even modern stuff has its appeal. And here, another island to island first flight cover. Tahiti to Hawaii with Air France, TAI, meaning Intercontinental Air Transport. Very nice, all the proper markings. And French Polynesia is in itself quite an interesting collecting area. And here we have another with in a similar situation, except this one goes from Tahiti to Los Angeles, USA, with a rather interesting airport mail facility cancel. Yeah, I like this one quite a lot. And finally, we have a nice airmail cover from Indonesia. Yeah, it's relatively straightforward, and it's a nice registered cover. But something also here caught my eye, and that was the spelling of the city of Jakarta. As it shows here, it starts with a J and follows through like this. But on the registration label, on the here it shows preceded by a D and then the J, and the rest is the same. So that also prompted me to take a look if I can find out why. So basically, what happened is the Jakarta with a D preceding Jakarta came into being in 1942 and lasted until 1972. The other spelling, starting with a J, then came into effect in 1972 and is still used to this present day. So, a small thing, but still quite interesting. Anyways, I just enjoy little odds and ends that are not always identical. Uh, Makes it a lot more interesting, obviously. Well, that's about it for this short video. I thank you so much for watching and hope you will subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Well, as you can see, island mail can be quite interesting. Today was just a small sample of some of the differences and interesting points. My channel, Stamps Space My Fun Things. Thank you so very much again. Please do stay healthy and best of luck to all of you always.